Riders on the storm. If you do your life, you get your daily vibe. Riders on the storm. 2 weeks to grab his bone. A dog so forlorn. Each and every one to grab a daily bone. Riders on the storm. Another hit. It's in the can. You know what that means? It's in the can. It means it's finished. So if it's a movie, it's in the can, meaning those metal cylinders. That's a can, I believe. But you do your own research. It's in the can. It means it's finished. So for people that do the like when I was working in L.A. With the backdrops. A backdrop is like a rug like that, except it's huge, and it's like a big backdrop for a rock and roll band or for like a political thing. It's all kind of things. It's big. It's a big painted thing, a backdrop. It provides a backdrop. Like instead of that being the backdrop, now that's the backdrop. So that's what a backdrop is, and the word in that area was it's in the bag. And there's a particular way that you fold a backdrop. You fold it a particular way and then put it in the bag so that when they get it, it's not just this big ball or something. They can unfold it and then put it up, refold it the same way, put it back in the bag. In the bag means completed. It's in the bag. How's the project coming? When are you going to get finished? It's in the bag. It means it's finished. I tell you what, I've got this rash underneath, like that. See that? I don't know what it is. And I think it's a heat rash or something. It's been so hot here. So... it's been hot. It's been freaking hot. Real hot. How hot has it been, Roddy? Well, it's been so hot that things start spinning on their own. It's like it's some kind of... I don't know. I just got out of bed. Got up pretty late today. It was after 6 o'clock when I got out of bed. I don't think it's 7. I've been up for about maybe a half hour. It's 8 o'clock. Wow, I slept till around 7, almost 7. It was a little bit before 7, I think, when I got out of bed. Riders on the storm. You can freeze the frame and read that. This came when I was living in LA. This is 01.9, and it broke, and I put it back together because I think it's very appropriate. I'll show you. That's a portrait of me wearing the bag that my daughter sent me. See, she got it wrong though. See, the bag should be thin and my portrait should be fat. She made me as a stick figure. I can tell you one thing. I may be a lot of things, but I'm definitely not a stick figure. I look like a lumbering freaking hippo. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. But nobody cares. Nobody could give a shit less. Let's see what that thing is. I haven't seen this. I don't even know what this thing is. I haven't seen it in so long. Let's see what this thing is. Ugh! Oh, okay. 524. This is about a year old. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, it's burned. I burned it. I burned it. I covered it and then I burned it. So you can see that I had it covered with this paper. I covered the whole thing with string. And no, first of all, I did the thing, whatever this thing is, okay? Judge for yourself. Then I covered it with paper, and then I wrapped it with string. There's a string going around it. And then I burned it. I burned it off to expose the interior, and there you can see the bottom of it. Looks like I didn't cover the entire thing with paper, just the edges. I like it. It's got these photographic images of women from the World War I era, World War II era. So that's a fun piece. Does anybody care about that? There's a cover, Rolling Stones cover of Bruce Springsteen from... Let me put on my glasses. 1984. 1984. 1984. It's really interesting. 1984 was a big year for, 1984. In 1984, was the year of the, when we were totally taken over and we were robots of the big machine. In 1984, it got its name. The book 1984 got its name. Talk about that if I can remember. 1984 got its name from the 100-year anniversary of the Fabian Society. Now, the Fabian Society was basically a communist, socialists, basically. Communist, socialists, a lot of it's pretty much the same. But it was a group of people organized in the whole thing was started in 1884. And the writer of the book named his book 1984 because that would be the 100th anniversary of the Fabian Society. And that would be the fruition of the Fabian Society's work. Well, it didn't happen within 100 years, but it's getting damn close to happening now. So you want to find some interesting stuff, go and look up the Fabian Society. It's an incredible vision. They had an incredible vision. Their logo, their symbol was a turtle because it was slow moving. But when it strikes hard. What am I doing here? Yeah. And the symbol, their symbol was a wolf in sheep's clothing. And all of this is borne out in not the turtle part, but the wolf in sheep's clothing. He's borne out in what is known as the Fabian Window. You should go look it up, the Fabian Window. Very famous stained glass window. Look up the history of it. It's beautiful history. Interesting. I think it may never have been intended for that window to ever hit the light of day, because who would have a symbol of a wolf in sheep's clothing and want that to be publicized? But what it was they commissioned a stained glass window, and they never went to pick it up. Either they didn't have enough money to pick it up, or they forgot about it. Who knows what? Anyway, they found that window. After years, it's an interesting story. You should go check it out. See those glasses, those binoculars? Nikons. Teresa Craig sent me those. I was talking one day, about bird watching on my videos, because I would go and give water to the birds in the wintertime and watch the birds. And I had a crappy pair of binoculars. And so what did Teresa do? She sent me a pair of Nikon binoculars. They're freaking awesome. I mean, they bring everything into focus from way, like most glasses you get for people like me, poor people. Oh, this. I didn't have anything. I found this T-shirt. No, I bought it for $1, I think, or else it was in a bag. I don't know. Corona beer. Here you go. I don't support beer because I was an alcoholic. But these glasses, I mean, like a lot of those glasses, binoculars you have, you can never focus them. They're always like real, they suck, basically. These things are awesome. They're really professional. You put them up to your eyes, and it's like now all of a sudden your eyeballs turn into these big giant magnifiers. It's unbelievable. It's beautiful. And she sent me those. Thank you, Teresa. So anyway, my body is rejecting something. I'm allergic to something somewhere. It's probably coffee or peanut butter. I bet I'm allergic to peanut butter now after eating so much of it. Could be. I got to go to the doctor. I've got to go to the doctor to get my thing checked, my thyroid and all that. I haven't done it in over a year. I think it's been probably about a year, maybe longer. I can't remember. My skin is not good. But I'm still here. I'm still kicking. I'm still ticking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a long time ago. There was this. The wristwatch that I used to have when I was a kid. And I loved having a watch, man. I was a kid and I had a watch. It was awesome. Timex. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And one time they were paving the streets in my little town. Or repaving, I don't know what they were doing. And we were down at this place where they were doing it, and the street was all covered with this gravel and everything. It was, kind of like glued gravel before they went and did the final thing. And we were playing in the street. A little bunny out there. And we were playing football in the street, and I went out for a pass, and I fell, and I landed. Man, it hurt big time. And I was wearing a Timex watch. It broke the crystal on the watch and broke the Timex watch. So, even a Timex doesn't take a licking and keep on ticking all the time. So, we'll see. I don't really have any focus here on YouTube. I don't. I had a major focus when I was doing the vegan bully thing. But I don't have any focus now. I really don't have that much to say. Well, not that I ever had a tremendous amount to say at all, ever. but that never keep me from saying it. But I really don't have that much of a focus. But anyway, it's okay. And so I don't know what's going to happen. Just keep doing it one day at a time. And I still haven't done the dishes in probably, I mean, it's just unbelievable. Finally evacuated all the dirty dishes and put them in a bucket, took them outside and washed them with a hose and stuck them in water. They're out there just hanging out in water. I'll get around to it eventually. Which is okay because it just, why do you have a bunch of dishes? It's just you. Why don't you put all the dishes in storage and just have, you know, one plate? And then you only have one dish to wash. But no, I got 100 freaking plates, so I gotta get them all dirty before I do the dishes. I mean, it's just insane. I was doing these objects, putting things inside these closed boxes. These closed packages. All of these are some form of art that has been encased in these packages. And I don't even know what's inside of them anymore. There's something in there that I don't know what it is. And if you wanted to get to it, you'd have to tear the whole thing apart, and then you would ruin this. And that goes for this one too, and then this one as well. And this right here, my dad drove a big truck in the mine. And this right here came out of our house when I was a kid. I was down there, and I don't know what the story was with this, but anyway, I guess I talked to my brother and said, okay, if I take this, and said, yeah, so I put that thing right there, which was, a little handmade thing, and put it in the truck. And it looks like a copper color. It's not copper. But it looks like, well, it could be. Maybe I'm going to check it out. I'm pretty sure that it's not copper. You know what? It could be. Very well could be copper. I hope it is. If it's copper, it's going to be perfect. It's copper. No, I don't know if this is. I can't tell. No, I don't think it is. But I can't tell. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not copper. Copper would bend easier, I think. So I don't think it's copper. But it's got a copper feel to it, which is actually more appropriate, perhaps. Look at that. You got, what's his name, Bruce Springsteen in the background. So anyway. What has he got? It's got like, what is that thing? There's a little telephone pole. It's got a little wagon. It's got a broom, a tree, some plants, a fence, and a windmill. It's got a door. It's like a shade. There's no door, but they're pretending it's a window over there, and it's like a shed or sort of something. I think it's, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's kind of interesting because a human being made it. It's like a human being made that. just got out of bed. Usually I've been getting up around 4 or 5. Today I got up around 6. Of course I went to bed around, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock. I can't remember what time I went to bed. Dripping faucet, broken record, birds. That looks like a young one. Looks small. Thanks. Don't come back, you sumbitch. It's bright out there. Wow. Oh. Looks like a boat like that. Okay, I'm Hella Rodney. Getting ready to start my day of sitting down and not doing anything. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.